Hello, beautifuls of the feed. It's me, Benji. I'm going to be doing collective reading today. So if you do resonate, you know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Hit the bell notification. If you like personal reading, I'm doing higher end personal readings that are for soul alignment, soul journey, um, calling in soul fragments, that kind of stuff. If you'd like to check it out, check out the link in the description below. So I'm just going to dive straight in. I was getting some like energetic downloads just now. And it's all about building what's next. That's been happening for the last couple of days for me. And I just want to know, or I just want to like say and know if you're remembering. Like we're going through this period of remembering who you are. Your eyes are open, and I feel like you're ready to rise. You're almost ready to rise. It's really like telling you exactly what you're meant to be doing right now. I don't know if you're at that stage yet where you know, but if you see this and you resonate with your soul, then definitely it's for you. We have the Two of Wands coming out, and this is really giving that sense of like that period where you're like looking forward to the future and you're really like creating a space to manifest this vision, this new period of this new world, that you're going into. We do have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So you've been going through this period of feeling like there's a lack of incoming communication, a lack of like physical validation from others. I would just not worry about this at this point because you are being aligned with something higher, a higher purpose. So that's definitely coming through, being aligned with a higher purpose. We do have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So you're feeling a little bit stagnant. You're not being given something here. You're not being given what you have asked or what you're hoped for. Um, this feeling is really interesting. It's like a frustrated feeling, but at the same time, it's part of the realignment that is happening within you. And there is this big section of like empty space that I'm getting. It's this empty space that you have where you're looking for something to fill that space. And you were hoping that the divine was going to give you this wand or like this thing to fill this space, like to fill the space up so that you can move forward quickly. But what I'm getting from this reading so far is you're like kind of like in the planning stages. You're in like this stage where you're trying to figure things out and you're actually just remembering who you are. So if you're feeling a little bit off or a little bit lost, you're just in that realignment stage. You're going through a lot of upgrades. Energetic alignment is taking place for you. So sometimes it can feel like there is like this stagnancy or like this space that's like in between where you're like trying to find the next thing, but in the reality that it is, you need to like spend some time in stillness. Is kind of what I'm getting from that. And the divine is really like placing you into this place of stillness. Stillness can bring on a lot of anxiety and thoughts and things that swirl, but this is meant to happen. You're meant to cut through these things, and we do have the Nine of Swords coming out. So this card is normally showing anxiety, but you're like not anxious anymore. You're so good at cutting through the illusions now and getting to the bottom of things. But this is also giving me the sense of like moving away from being in a place where sleepless nights, like I feel like you're aligning. Alignment's really coming through today for me. Um, there's not going to be so many sleepless nights, like you're moving away from nightmares. You're moving away from maybe even a situation where you don't dream and you're going into regathering your gifts. And this throws it into alignment with calling in your soul's purpose and remembering who you are, who your soul is, which is something that's definitely coming through. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So yeah, it's definitely a stagnant time for you. You're feeling like nothing's happening. That's kind of what I'm getting from this, is that you're feeling like nothing's really happening here, but you're being prepared by the divine for something bigger than what you ever could have imagined. You're just being prepared and you're going through a lot of alchemical processes. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. The adventure hasn't quite started again. I say again because I feel like you've probably been on like quite a big adventure. So this is a very alignment focused reading, and It's really interesting. I feel that there is like karmic cycles, or there is some karmic cycles that have been closed or need to be closed. So there are definitely things that you got to do in these regards. The justice in reverse is showing that for me today. Um, it's really interesting, actually. Karmic cycles are repeating, but they're not repeating anymore. There is a lot of repeating going on, but this moment of stillness is really where these cycles stop. And it's all about calling in your soul's name, your sovereignty. And I think you're doing that. And also just like sitting in stillness sometimes sitting like on a couch or just laying down and staring at the ceiling and doing nothing at all in silence is what the divine is asking of you. This can really bring forward a lot of messages and clarity and even like intuitive responses. It's definitely interesting. We do have this card sitting on the top here, the Four of Wands, 1111. I just noticed it as I looked down. So this is definitely a portal. This is definitely a space of like in between, and you're about to walk through a portal. 1111, that's soul frequency, soul resonance. Yeah, you're moving towards something really beautiful here. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. All these cards are like in reverse, but I'm not getting any like negative feelings from any of these cards or anything today. It's really just giving me the sense of the Three of Pentacles really shows that you're not really like working with other people. You know, like I feel like you're feeling very disconnected from a whole lot at the moment. Like everything is stagnant, everything is just kind of disconnected. But you're like definitely moving through a portal. What I'm getting here is that sometimes, or you gotta get rid of everything that doesn't serve you anymore to get to this point. So this is basically walking through the fire and the flame. You're like moving through it. You're cutting karmic cycles. You're not really going out as much. That's what I get from this. You're very much like sleeping a lot. That's kind of what I'm getting from this, is like you get tired quite frequently, and there's a sense of like maybe like visions or flashes of things coming back. And we've got like not really working with a lot of people at the moment. So collaboration doesn't seem to be something that's been happening for you. But like this is just all part of this alchemical process that's taking place for you today, or like at the moment, or whenever you see this. There is definitely movement forward though, with the Two of Wands at the beginning. It's all about planning. So we're in a planning stage here. I feel like you're just starting to feel these things, maybe. Yeah, it's like you're starting to feel these feelings, and you're starting to realize, or starting to open up to like your true self, your soul's name, or like who you are really, really underneath it all, in the matrix, underneath the fabric of reality. And I feel like this is happening. We have the Two of Pentacles here, which is really giving me the sense of transmutation. Like, I guess I'll go into it a little bit. I just I do a lot of spell work now, and it's not to do with personal gain or anything. It's to do with like calling in myself again, or like taking back what was stolen from me energetically. And there's like a whole lot of stuff. If you want to go into those things, I offer those services. Obviously, I said it at the beginning that my readings and my services are just like way different. They're not like anyone else's at this point, and I am offering something that is going to help you find yourself. So this reading actually really goes along with the services that I've actually just like created myself. So if you would like to look into those, definitely look into those. They're not cheap. I'm here to like draw in the soul frequencies that are looking for this, and these are like for old souls, light workers, people that are like kind of feeling a little bit stagnant in their old ways, or in old systems and beliefs, and they don't seem to be able to progress. It's all about sovereignty and stepping into the sovereign place, and I can help you do that. So definitely check that out if you want. So this transmutation card is really showing that there is things there available for you, but they're just not there. You know, like you need to find the right person to help you transmute. And sometimes Reiki doesn't work. Sometimes Reiki isn't the right thing. Sometimes just sitting there and visualizing it going away doesn't work. Sometimes you got to do something more powerful. So I feel like transmutation is in order. Not everyone will need my services. And just remember, my services are for people that are ready to really allow the alchemical fires to ignite. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's for someone that's truly ready. And I will let you know that I will have the right to basically say that I won't do the service for you. In that case, definitely send me a message beforehand, and I do like an energy check and stuff like that to see if you're ready. Um, we do have the Ace of Swords coming out, so this is really coming forward that this is the truth today. So if you're resonating today, this is the truth. A lot of old souls are starting to awaken, and there's been such a big shift in the planet lately. Like the earthquakes, the earthquake that happened in Myanmar, I think that's where it was, and it was like across border lines and stuff like that. So this is to do with a divine soul waking up, and normally when there is divine souls waking up, there's shifts on the planet. So I just want to send my love to all the people that are affected by this, but at the same time, the synchronicity that I got from that and the message from the divine was that these things are signs of collective unity and old souls and divine souls waking up to their purpose. So definitely let me know if you're resonating today with this reading. I'll do one more card and see what comes through. We do have the Judgment card, which is really beautiful. I feel like that's exactly what I was just saying. Judgment's really coming forward here with leveling up. Like there's a lot of leveling up going on in the old soul collective. Old souls, yeah, it's like earth angels, but like I've got to a point where like earth angels and all that are like kind of confusing, and I get it. But I'm just gonna call you all old souls, okay? Like ancient souls. These are souls that are like older than anyone else on the planet, and you're here for a reason, and that's why you're starting to remember, okay? You're starting to get to a place where you're starting to remember who you are. And what I get from this reading is that you're just going into this phase, okay? And if I know anything about this phase, it's quite it's quite isolating and tough, and it can be very heavy. So just let you know that I'm here for you and in spirit, and spirit is here for you. Just remember spirit loves you, and I just want to say thank you so much for being here. If you did watch this to the end, yeah, sends my love, and I will see you in another one in divine timing very shortly. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.